Hello everyone and welcome to another review. Today we're going to go ahead and review another fragrance from the house of Cartier. I started reviewing some of them and this is continuing on the series. The fragrance we're going to go ahead and review is called Cartier Declaration d'un Soir. So this is one of the sample bottles that I have. This is actually one of the bigger ones. I've kind of gone through a bunch. But it looks like a miniature little replication of the actual bottle. The actual bottle itself looks like this. So as you can see, actual bottle is not much different than, I guess you could say, some of the other bottles that Cartier has. It's the very same shape, the very same size. It just has different, little bit of different color scheme, and it says Declaration d'un Soir. Now, this fragrance is actually a newer fragrance that was released in the year 2012, so newer, still a couple of years old, but still it's newer. The five sizes that it mainly comes in, 1.6, you're going to buy for around $70, and the 3.4, $105. Now, those are retail prices. Shop around easily, you can find this much, much, much cheaper. So just do a search. You'll see something on like fragrance.net, various fragrance discount sites. You'll see it a lot cheaper. So you don't really have to pay top dollar for this one. But also, keep an eye out for fakes. I was able to see a fake or two when searching around in the city, and I saw this one. So just keep that in mind. With that, let's go ahead and get directly into the review, and let's start with the notes. The notes consist of, at our top, we have black pepper, cardamom, and caraway. At our mid, we have rose and nutmeg, and for our base, we have sandalwood. Alright, so when I smell this fragrance, I can tell you right off the bat, I was extremely surprised at what I smelled, just because I kind of went into it with a little bit of a different type of expectation just because I'd heard so much about it, and I'd heard a lot of people, I don't want to use the word hype just because I really don't believe in the word hype. I think if you like something, feel free, shout it to the heavens. But I had heard a lot of positive press on this fragrance, and I guess you could say it did not disappoint. When you first spray it, it is unique in its own way. When you first spray it, you get like this, I don't want to say it's heavy, I guess you could say a medium amount of spices that come in, and that should be apparent from the top notes from this fragrance. It's just cardamom, caraway, and black pepper. But it's not overwhelming, is what I'm trying to say. So it's not overly powerful. But with that, it gives away to this nice, beautiful rose, and the rose is really what dominates in this scent. Now, the rose is not going to be your traditional grandmother's rose, your mother's type of a rose. It's a masculine type of a rose. It's a rose that has some woody notes to it from the sandalwood, and it has some spices to it from the top. And that's really what's controlling this fragrance, the fragrance throughout. You can get a little bit of the nutmeg as well, which is also a little bit why I'm partial. I love the smell of nutmeg, and it really creates, as I said, a masculine type of a rose to it. It's sensual, and at the same time, it comes through as a fragrance that, I guess you can say, doesn't really have a place. And by doesn't really have a place, I mean, I wouldn't go as far out to say that, okay, this is truly a rose fragrance per se. It's just a fragrance that smells good. I wouldn't directly label it as a rose fragrance overall, because if I was to pass someone, I would say, wow, they smell good, but I wouldn't really necessarily be able to place the note. It's really only because that I saw the note listed in the I saw the notes listed in the ingredients that I figured, oh, it is rose. This is what I'm smelling, it's rose. If you took this up to me for the first time, like I said, I wouldn't be able to say, oh, this is rose. But I guess I'm in the minority here because there were other people, as you're going to see later on in the review, that I had smell, and they were able to tell that it was rose immediately. So I guess my rose nose isn't as defined as some other people's. But either way, but it is a very unique fragrance, and it does come off and gets points for that. Now, I generally go about 4 to 6 sprays with this. Why? And I want you to be careful actually when you spray this. Even though I spray it a little bit on the, I guess you could say, almost on the overspray side, there's a reason for that. The reason for that is during my testing, as many of you know, I wear a fragrance 7 times over 7 different days. And a lot of times during the day, I was trying to wear it outside. I think this is a fragrance that is perfect for indoors. And so for occasion-wise, I use it for going to work where I'm indoors all the time. And I use it for a date type of fragrance. Obviously, I don't go on dates anymore. But I can imagine that it's a good date fragrance for that. In fact, I probably want to have Becky smell this as soon as she gets back from Tanzania. But moving on, like I said, I was spraying it a lot because I was trying to wear it outside and I was trying to have it project. The thing, it starts off as average projection at best, and then it moves down to below average after about 5-6 hours. It's not really a fragrance that's going to carry in the outdoors. In the indoors, on the other hand, it does excellent. I found that the performance is a little bit better. It leaves a better scent trail. People pick it up a little bit more, and it leaves and it projects a little bit better. So that's why I say for date fragrances and a date fragrance and a work fragrance. Because you're indoors most of the time during that. I should also put a star. What I mean by that is indoors. If you're going on a date and you're outside playing mini golf or something like that, who's gonna help you? But either way, that's kind of my impression for it. Now for age group, I generally go about, I would say that it's a little bit more of a mature fragrance because of the spices. So I would say college plus or high school plus. Feel free to try and pull this one off. But as always, if you can pull it off, feel free, go nuts. Season-wise, I actually think this is a good year-round fragrance, with the caveat that if you wear this, wear it indoors. If you plan on wearing it outdoors, I would probably tend to lead towards the warmer climates, or the warmer months, so your summers, your springs. Think of those type of months to wear this then. And for performance, I'm going to go ahead. It lasts about 8 hours on my skin. Performance is average, I guess you could say projection, and the sillage is a little bit average as well too. I put it a little bit below average for both of them, kind of skimmering that line in between the two. So just keep a mind out for that. And for compliments wise, this actually did get a couple compliments when I was testing this fragrance. I had two ladies say that I smelled absolutely fantastic. What is it that I was wearing? They actually wanted to know what I was wearing for it. Now, to be fair, this was actually on a crowded subway when I was taking it. I was basically taking the crowded 6 train up on the east side to my doctor's office, and that's what I got from it. So, but either way, I took this fragrance out and had 100 different people smell it. Out of the 100 different people smell it, 64 people liked it. They said that it was sensual. They said it was, they can't place it, but they said that it was unique. And they said that it was a modern rose. So some people were able to tell that it was rose, and they said it was a more modern, more masculine rose. Of the people who disliked it, they said that it was too spicy, weird. And it's funny, some people said that it was too feminine, some people said that it was too masculine. There was not too many people who said that, but it's funny, you got both edges toward it. So some people still can't get past the fact that rose should be, I guess you could say a purely feminine note. Some people can. All right. So as for a rating, I personally give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a solid fragrance. It's a solid fragrance that you can, pick up, purchase, use for some specialized occasions. I think it's unique enough that not many people are actually going to smell like you or even come close to smelling like you. It's a fragrance that has a pretty good amount of longevity, so it's going to last most of the day for you as well. It's a fragrance that I would highly say try it out. But the other reason I say try it out is because of spices. I noticed a trend. Spicy fragrances tend to mix a little bit differently depending on the person's skin that you're applying it on. So as with this one, definitely try it out because of its heavy spice, presence. But overall, this is a fragrance that I like and I would highly consider purchasing just because I really do think that it's there. So it's just barely making my to purchase list. All right. If you have any questions, let me know what your thoughts are on Déclaration d'un Soir. And thank you. Take care of yourselves and have a great day.